दोस्तों, I am attending this event today, which is the a large global marketing event, IAS 24, and organized by the IAMAI at New Delhi for 2 days, and several marketing, digital, and advanced AI strategies, and of course best practices and trends are being talked about and whatnot across the halls here. Yeah. So I take this opportunity, to kind of highlight and red flag, a couple of things that where we are embarked on this wonderful AI journey overall, which does have certain benefits, but there is a huge flip side that we need to be completely aware of, and of course get this synced in our nailed in our heads. Everyone, every damn person on the planet who's involved in this, right? Just about 10 days back, did you hear the Russian courts have fined Google more than $200 trillion, which is being told as the largest legal penalty or a fine imposed on any organization, the first time ever in the history of this planet, right? So that's probably, I think, most of us do not even know what this 200 trillion or probably a little more, whatever the trillions are. I'm told apparently it's 2 followed by 24 zeros or 34 zeros. That's we leave it to you guys to kind of figure out, right? No. And so that's basically the largest fine ever imposed on a giant like Google. And basically, well, it's that's larger than the world's GDP, right? So you can imagine the impact. And just before that, on the 29th of October, the UK court has announced a $2.3 billion confirmed fine and penalty paid to a UK couple who was contesting this case in the UK courts on Google for some competition malpractices, etc. So they have won the case, and it's $2.3 billion. You can imagine the size, right? So besides that, these are just some examples. You know that the number of other cases, the lawsuits which are on Google, multiple countries and different kind of lawsuits, etc. So that's one. I'm sure the next to follow would be, of course, the likes of the Metas and the Microsofts and the Apples, etc. If they do not get their acts right, yeah. And I kind of say this because obviously there are tons of people who are impacted parties as far as these kind of the cybercrime and of course these hacks are concerned. So this is an extremely critical time where there is a massive cybercrime havoc which is going on across the planet, across countries, and millions and zillions of dollars and are being lost, and people kind of getting into huge stress and trauma across levels and across industries. Yeah. So I know for sure now the next probably would follow is probably by some code or some country is like we said the Metas, etc. and Apples and the Microsoft, etc. It is a red alarm, a kind of a massive alert to to all of these people to ensure that all the the bad apps which they are kind of interacting with, including all the spy apps which are sitting and get routed through Google, the Play Store or the Apple Store or probably the other the app stores, etc. Whether it's the paid spy apps, the unpaid spy apps, etc. All of these they got to be banned completely 200%. And there is no room for any complacency or kind of this is non-negotiable, right? So else they can get into a bigger trouble, and these companies can really literally fall down. Google, as you heard Sundar Pichai, you would have already heard that they are now, perhaps after this announcement or probably maybe related this, they are breaking down their entire Google company into different entities, 2 or 3 entities, and I can relate this well because I come from the consulting background and similar kind of world where these big fours, whether it's the EY, KPMGs, etc., or PwCs, etc., they de-risk themselves by not having one entity globally, but having a separate entity or even multiple entities in each country to de-risk this, right? So good or bad practice, we don't know, but probably we don't know how ethically that's right or fair. But the government really needs to kind of regulate this, and all the lawmakers really need to know completely get into the deep thick of this. Otherwise we are headed for massive trouble here. For every single person. And I say this because obviously I'm also an impacted party, and I'm a victim of cybercrime. Thanks to some of my earlier the family histories, etc. Why some adventures, some misadventures. A lot of people are kind of are after me in terms of getting paying bribes and getting hacked, etc. So that all that is going on, and this is happening not just with me but many tons of people basically. Yeah. So this is a red alert to basically that whether it's in terms of if you look at this, one second, just give me one. Yeah, whether the apps they need to get their act together, completely remove any kind of tracking, whether it's the physical tracking, more importantly the neural tracking or behaviors, blah blah blah, AI, etc. AI got to be absolutely clear. AI, as you would have heard in some of my earlier videos, and and I'm sure I think we need to have proper well-defined definitions of AI, right? Or for that matter, if it is probably some people who track, and I know that some of the categories of people who track the people a lot, including I've seen some live examples, and I've got enough evidences which are being actioned legally, is several lawyers who track use efficient tracking apps, spying apps. There are several property agents and real estate people who do a heavy kind of traps, which is totally unacceptable. Yeah, there is police and the law agencies who do illegal goose khake or probably bribed misuse of the power which they have. Unless and until they have some legal order, a valid document, they are not authorized under any law to track any citizen, any human being, because obviously there is a fundamental privacy right and act which every citizen has across our country, and you can stand up in any big court and fight against that. Yeah. So this basically, I know whether it's some telecom companies, whether it's Airtel, Vodafone, Jio's, Verizon, AT&T, etc. They need to completely stop and remove this tracking bit in any form or shape damn here. Yeah. And I know that including some of these people who are bribed, several government people, including I know a very close relative who or some people from friends, etc., who have been working in telecom departments, senior levels, and they have misused power and to kind of keep track of people, because there was a knife hanging on their heads because some of the crimes which they did, they and their wives and their families, etc., for the the hunger of some property or some bad money, etc. So these people need to be prosecuted hard, whether it's the telecom senior government officials, no matter how senior it is, no matter how the home ministry people are, etc. All of these people, there are relevant laws and sections under these people, even the government people can be prosecuted. Yeah. So this is an important thing. You guys need to really ensure every single person, each of us need to take complete ownership of this and kind of stand up strong on this. Yeah. Or for that matter, if it is people like the HR platforms, or probably platforms like Magic Breaks or the Naukri, Info Edge, etc. Well, I have huge regard for some of these people who built this, including the boss of the man who is one of the biggest entrepreneurs for Info Edge, Naukri.com, etc. But if there are some illegal tracking and wrong hacking which is being done, which he perhaps is not aware, that needs to be totally stopped, right? Fine. If you are trying to track me, if I'm entered, in a restaurant or a hotel, what kind of, tastes I have, etc., fine. But once I've started consuming your service or a product, I'm inside your service domain, right? Not 24/7, where whoever is really, looking out for a job, or for that matter, HR people, right? HR people do not have any right to track anyone for the jobs, etc., till the time the person actually starts browsing and looking up on the website. You can't say that, okay, there's some apps talking, or probably cross apps talking, etc. No, completely unacceptable. Yeah, and I personally am taking up this very strong as far as all of these companies are concerned, and they will see a good amount of legal action on this, which is completely not acceptable. And of course you've seen some of my unique videos before, completely unique, one of its kind content, which also we are ensuring. I'm using some tools, etc., AI technologies, with the help of likes of Google, etc., to ensure that there is a timestamp and that it is not copied, or there is whatever kind of the plagiarism which kind of they use, because a lot of journalists and people kind of just simply copy people or अपना खड़े होके वो बना देते हैं वहाँ पे videos just because they have higher numbers, etc., and they are working for bigger media companies. No, these are the people, they need to be prosecuted hard. No damn media company, no journalist, no actor, celebrity, etc., cannot copy of anyone and put them on their own because they've got 3 million followers there. All right. So there are. I'm taking up legal actions definitely on certain people, including some celebs who have misused some of my data and content. Completely not acceptable, and they will face the music and consequences very soon. All right. And then of course, right. So I think this is a very critical thing, and we need to address this in a responsible way, and together joining hands. And I can bet probably with all these categories of people, including some basic friends and family who use simple apps, tracking. The college students, I see tons of college students who track people and have tracked me, and they'll do some kind of dramas when they come in front, etc. What the heck, man? Ghar jaake do it inside your homes. Yeah, no one is interested in saying about. So you're trying to show something to us? Well, give us a break, man. Yeah. So I can tell you that if legal action gets initiated on all these categories of people, this can become perhaps one of the largest cybercrime cases in the history of the countries. All right. There are lists and lists which are ready, where people will be just bloody, prosecuted with high fines of couple of crores of rupees, millions of dollars, and heavy prosecution in terms of including getting arrested, etc. Right? So this is except I understood except agencies like who have authorized, who really need to do examples like maybe let's say the High Court or Supreme Court. They're also fine if they need to control crime. Only certain authorized, certified people, 3 or 4 people should be authorized to do this under a strong stamp of which should be renewed every month. Yeah. Likewise, the CBI, etc., again, that cannot be misused, except for maybe 5-6 individuals within the CBI department or whatever these tracking agencies, etc. Not more than that. And they need to display their, if they are tracking, they need to display their certificate on their social media that they are authorized to do this. And if any citizen demands this, they got to show this there. If they cannot show this there, they need to be arrested. Whether it's the bloody, and we need to bring in. That's why these laws against, as you saw in some of my earlier videos, the misuse which is happening. We need to frame laws, so make strong laws to prosecute lawyers, to prosecute government officials, to prosecute police enemies is there, etc. So that really needs to be addressed here. So nobody can take us take people for a ride, because that is laws there. All right. So until next time, you'll keep seeing some of our more unique and need of the hour videos. See you guys soon. Until next time, adios.